Welcome back to UTOGS. Today we are joined by a special guest, one of my favorite lighting wizards. She's a standout high fashion editorial photographer that has made a name for herself as the go-to event photographer for some of the local influencers here in Utah. She's covered runway shows for Park City and New York Fashion Week and has been featured on Good Morning Utah. Welcome, Madrobphotography. Hi, Maddie.
Hey, Maddie.
Oh my gosh, the intro. So nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Happy to be here. We're so happy to have you.
Well deserved, for sure.
This is awesome. I'm so excited.
We think you're darling, and we're so glad you're here today with us.
Well, the feeling's mutual. So, very excited.
So, Maddie is a phenomenal editorial photographer. She does a lot of high fashion work. She has her own studio. We're going to sing her praises through and through, but she is here to talk to us about the editorial industry here in Utah. Okay, give a quick little spiel about what you do, what editorial photography is, and how you got there.
Totally. Yeah. So, I've been doing this for about 7 years. And it started off like every other photographer. I was doing everything, families, weddings, all of that stuff. And I still do to this day. Obviously, I love taking photos of everyone. But I really fell in love with portraits and editorials and getting creative with that kind of stuff. The kind of art that can be brought to life with it just really reigns true to me. And it makes my heart soar sound really cheesy. But I love the kind of confidence that portraits and creative portraits can bring to people. And I feel like, I don't know, it's just a little bit more funky. It's a little bit more creative. It's a little bit more challenging, I think, for me, which I really love the challenge. And so that's kind of why I've stuck with it. And yeah, any chance I get, I try to take any kind of creative portraits or get kind of editorial with it, and all that fun stuff. So it's really cool.
She's underselling herself. She does really get super creative. Her work, when it comes across your feed, you stop and you have to stare because, especially your lighting, in my opinion, it's so good.
Oh my gosh, thank you. And that means a lot. I spent a lot of money into lighting, and a lot of money into education around it. I think you sent me, Allie, a video about this where it was like natural lighting, something about natural. I wish I could remember it, but it was like studio lighting helps bring more emotion or something like that. Natural lighting is great, and it's cinematic and it's very beautiful, and you can't go wrong with a good natural light. But when it comes to studio lighting, it's more controlled, and you can bring all sorts of emotion into it all at once, and it's just a whole new ballpark. And it's something that you can learn new things every single day, and I love that. It's so cool. It's so fascinating. I am obsessed with light. I love it. It's so good.
I just started investing in strobes. My first strobes, got them, and it's been life-changing. All the modifiers you can put on them. I know, Shannon, you do traditional speed light flash right now.
For now, yeah. I am mostly a natural light photographer, I think. So this is going to be such a good session for me to learn so much from you as well, because I'm really interested in it.
Oh, yeah, totally. I love talking about it. Oh my gosh, my poor husband. And it's just I'm driving around. I'm like, look how the lighting's hitting this. And like, look at this street light. Because like, yeah. I mean, yeah, natural lighting is all around us. It's from the sun, you know. Lighting can come from
but the shapes
lights and yeah, like
the tones and everything is completely different.
Yeah, it's fascinating to kind of pick apart like what lighting does for different scenes just in your natural life too. Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
I don't know if you do this as well, but I'm insufferable to watch a show with now because I pick apart the scenes and how they lit it and the color. And, and my husband he's like, can we just watch it? I'm like, no, look at how they created this mood. They have at least three lights going right now.
We were in California a few weeks ago and we went to the Paramount Studio tour thing. And they were just showing us all the behind the scenes of the lighting and all of the like different scenes and stuff. And I'm just talking to Austin like, oh, where was the other wall and all of this that was put in? And he's like, no, the wall's right there. I'm like, no, the lighting's different on that wall. And they did have to move the wall to a different part of the studio just to get the different lighting. I'm like, you cannot just unsee things like that as a photographer now.
Once you learn it, you see it everywhere, and then you just become obnoxious in the best way.
It's so true. No, I'll watch like documentaries, and you know when they sit people down for like the confessional, the interview parts and stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, they definitely have a key light, and then they've got like a rim light in the back, like, and my husband's like, You can tell.
What are these words?
I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, this is what they're using.
You're like, this is my drug of choice. Let me talk to you about these lights.
100%. He just accepts it now.
So how did you find your way into editorials?
Yeah, so it was actually a class I took from our local camera shop, Picture Line.
Oh.
I had a really good friend work there, and he told me about it, and I was like, I know nothing about like artificial light or anything like that, and this was focused around creative portraits and editorial lighting and stuff like that. And so I was like, yeah, I mainly do weddings and like families. I was like, why not? Like, let's learn something new for photography. And so I took that class, and it changed my life. Oh my gosh, that's where I learned how to do, like, how to use gels. That's also where I kind of learned how to use my spotlight that I use for a lot of my photos. And so I went, it was like a 3-hour course, and I went home and I spent $400 to get that spotlight modifier and said, I'm doing this. And so I like bought a little inexpensive little Godox 3 light kit. It was $500 for 3 strobes, which is insane. And then I got that light modifier, that spotlight modifier. And then I just took photos every day in my basement. I was just going ham. I was like, I'm learning how to use this. We're testing it out. And the rest is history. I just kept bringing people in. I kept trying to test new powers, there's little gobos that go inside the spotlight that add shadows, and testing everything. And at the time I was working for a shoe brand company. That also kind of got me more into editorials as well, because it's obviously
You had product to shoot.
product and stuff. And I was in charge of like lifestyle too. So I'm working with models, and I'm working in the fashion industry, and that like, yeah, it was shoes, but like I learned so much. There was a style director there, and so I learned about fashion and how to style shoes. And then I'm just working one-on-one with these models, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like this I love weddings, and I will always do weddings, but this, working with brands and getting creative on set and doing these 8-hour productions, whoa, did it like change my life. It was so cool.
It feeds your soul.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. I crave it. Like it's why I do it now.
I'm trying to bully Shannon into doing an editorial shoot.
I'm all for it. I've never really tried, so I'm really excited though.
Oh my gosh.
Just to get creative with it.
That's amazing.
We're going to get her in one this year. It's my goal. It's my goal.
That's amazing.
At the beginning, like Ellie mentioned, so is that how you got into like the influencer market in Utah?
Yeah, actually 100%. Like the job that I have, it's been 4 years since I've worked there, so I kind of forgot about it, but I like that we're talking about this because I'm remembering a lot of stuff. So yeah, the people I met during my time there, and I worked there for 2.5, almost 3 years, doing all of their imaging, and I met all the influencers. That's how I met, because we were trying to send them shoes and stuff. And so I worked for this reputable company, and I'm reaching out to them. I'm also in charge of social media at the time. And so I'm like reaching out to all these local influencers, and I was like, hey, can we send you stuff? And they'd be like, yeah. And so then I would be the ones setting up shoots with them, and then also setting up like PR with them.
Like that would be so intimidating to start like just talking to the influencers as the photographer, I think.
Maybe I don't know. I kind of just took it as like I'll shoot a message, and if they respond, they respond. And then if not, I'll move on to the next one. It was so chaotic that you almost don't have time to get intimidated. It's just like, hey, you have a job and you got to like message all of these people. If they don't, then message more, And so it was so overwhelming that I almost didn't realize like how like scary it could be. And also,
that's awesome.
I'm not sure I fully knew who these people were at the time, if I'm being so for real. Like, I was like, okay, this
that
is like
makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
Sure
Yeah. But there were people that we reached out to that I did know, and I was like, oh my gosh, this would be so cool if we could set up. And then it happened, and then it worked. And then like something I take a lot of pride in is like the reasons why I then now get invited to these influencer events to photograph them is that I made a good impression. Networking is so important, and people ask me like, what would you say did it for you that made you get successful? It's because I was nice to people. I am a talented photographer, don't get me wrong, and they will ask me every time, but they come to me first because I'm nice.
Yeah,
and
just talk to people.
100%, absolutely. So the big influencer events, I met them through this job, but I keep coming back because I'm nice, and they're my friends now. Like,
Right.
and so now I'm working with them all the time, and so yeah, that's a big thing.
Just to give you a little context, when we talk about you working with influencers, we're talking about bigger names here in the industry. I've seen her work with Jessica K, who does all the. If you've seen dresses floating around on TikTok or Instagram, most likely Jessica K.
Yeah.
She's done their huge annual party that they've done. She did their, was it Wicked this past year?
Yeah.
Okay, so she photographed that. She does Thaddeus Maximus's annual New Year's Eve party.
Halloween party.
Yes. My bad. She does his Halloween party, which is an all-out feast for the eyes when it comes to costumes and decor, and he spared no expense. So he definitely brought in one of the best photographers for it, and I think that's what really kicked off your spotlight.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, Thad's party, that was huge too. I met him again through my job, but I knew that he was throwing these parties. He didn't even ask me. I messaged him. I was like, hey, I do these cool little things called spotlights, and I think it'd be really cool for your party. I would love to just take some photos. And he was like, love to have you. Come on in. And so my first year, I had a line out the door of people lining up for those spotlight photos, and everyone got the photos back, and everyone lost it. They were just like, whoa, these photos are insane. It was all spotlight. It was like, he had like a under the sea kind of vibe, so everyone's dressed in like mermaid, like crazy outfits. Like, it was so insane. And all of these models all across Utah, like everyone knew what they were doing too, which is always a huge help. And so yeah, and then the rest is history. He asks me back every year, and it's a pleasure. Oh my gosh, I love every ounce of it. It's so cool.
It sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And what an incredible connection. I know I've seen that you've photographed some of the secret lives of Mormon wives.
Yes, and that was all thanks to Thad. I'm going to say it. That was all to him. And obviously a couple of other people too. But like, yeah, I met those connections through those parties and stuff. And so it really is, you never know what kind of opportunities you're going to get when you're at an event like that. And so it's important to show up no matter what. And it makes sense. I got to shoot with Post Malone because of Thad's parties, you know, and so like it's the connections that you make there. And yeah, I've worked with some of the Secret Lives people, and they're amazing. I've had a great time working with them too, and it's all because of the connections that I made. So it's really cool how it all happened.
But also good on you for taking the risk. I mean, you reached out and said, hey, I do this thing. I'd love to connect with you. And they said yes.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have never even thought, but like I weighed out the pros and cons, because obviously that first year it was like free work. It was hours of free work, and then I have to like deliver the photos the next day, right? Like, it's so much work, and I brought all of my gear and stuff like that, but it has gotten me so many other paid opportunities that it's like the pros outweigh the cons a little bit. So it was worth me giving up that time for free to then get to work with the Secret Lives of Mormon wives, you know,
It's
like
marketing.
100%. And it's perfect. I love it.
Oh, I love that for you. Okay, a question I have is about the editorial industry here in Utah.
Yeah.
I have some thoughts as somebody who works in it as well. But since this is your main objective is editorial.
Yeah.
I want to hear how it works here for you. We're going to talk a little bit about the monetary effect of it, how that goes. What's it like to try and get paid jobs as an editorial photographer?
Yeah. Let's get into it, because I'm passionate about it. It's hard. My goodness, it's hard. Don't know if I fully have everything figured out yet. I'm still just writing on the seat of my pants kind of thing. But like, it's not like anywhere else. I would say I get more paid gigs out of state than I would inside of state. 100%. It's crazy. And also, I don't know, the brands here, I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. It's just something I've noticed. It's not very creative. It's not very editorial. It's very clean cut. It's kind of stereotypical Mormon, like, kind of vibe, you know, like the boutique and stuff like that. And that's fine. It's really fine, but
It leans more commercial.
That's
It's very
the
commercial.
word that came to mind for me as
Yeah.
well. It's all kind of cookie cutter.
Cookie cutter's great. Yeah, 100%. And that's great. Like, I could do that all day, and that's totally fine. But I like the high fashion. I like the editorial. I like the having a striking image that makes people want to look. Like, that, to me, is what I want to do. And so it's kind of harder to find companies that want to do that here.
Do you have a lot of like out of state clients that come here for you then?
No, not that they come here. It's usually I fly out to
Fly out.
California or I fly out to Washington, or I've done some stuff in New York. And so, yeah, I wouldn't say it's a ton, right? Like
Okay.
I have like one or two clients from California.
New
instead.
York.
Yeah, New York is fun. And again, like it's happened like once, like it's not something that happens a ton, but like it's fun and it's cool. But it's just kind of, I don't know, it's hard. Oh wait, I did have another one come here. They're from Charlotte.
Oh yeah, the South.
Yeah. And they came here specifically for the salt flats. Their
Always.
whole collection, their clothing collection was like a salt themed kind of collection. And so, yeah, we shot out the salt flats and that was awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I don't work with a ton of brands here. I want to work with more. It's my dream. I want to reach out to more. But it's hard. It's hard.
What's like your dream brand to work with?
Man. Okay, well, the overall goal is to get into some like high-end magazines like Vogue, right? I would love to work with Chanel, Dolce & Gabbana, all of those high-end fashion brands, because they get it. They get the luxury. They get the different kind of vibes. They set the trends. God, if I could photograph that would be insane. But locally, oh my gosh, I would love to work with Lola Blankets or Hydro Jug. Hydro Jug does some creative
Yeah, they
shoots,
do.
which I dig. They're super cool.
They've hired a florist friend of mine for this giant pom-pom install.
Yes.
And I really appreciate what Hydro Jug does for marketing because they do think outside the box.
Yeah, and it's fun to see that they're from Utah, which is really cool,
Right.
and like that's awesome. I really like, again, Jessica K was like a huge one too, and so it's fun that I get to work their events. Like that's really fun, and they're a great team. I love the vibe and the whimsy that they bring to their stuff. It's not really editorial, but it's different. Like it's magical, which I like.
It's still creative, but it's
Yeah.
not editorial.
So I would love to work for those things. I just like companies that think outside the box, that want to be a little bit more creative, that like setting the mood and setting the tone for something that they want to sell. And yeah, so any kind of brand that would do that, I would be like, yeah, sign me up.
Are there any designers that you work closely with in Utah?
There's one, and that is one designer that I've worked with, and that's the reason why I got to shoot New York Fashion Week. Reiki Designs.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Her whole design, oh my gosh, like, and I found this out after I shot her, is her fabrics that she makes are little waves and unique designs, all from music that she puts into a program.
Interesting.
That's cool.
So music is heavily integrated into her designs, which is so cool. It's insane.
Is it kind of like synesthesia? Is that what it's called? Where you can see the colors in the movement?
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, yeah. So like the designs are very like the fabrics very liquidy and like all these different things, but it's all patterns from music. And I was like, she has like a software that makes all these patterns.
Phenomenal.
Insane. She's so cool. Reiki Designs. Really look it up. It's so cool.
So is the fabric actually textured or is it just smooth? And it
It's just
looks
smooth.
textured?
It's smooth, and
Okay.
but it's got the design of it. It's like this wave, but
That's
it
awesome.
was designed from music and
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm like, that's so cool. And so I got in contact with her from a friend who couldn't shoot her fashion show and asked me to do it. And then so I worked with them, and that was a new door. That was the first time ever working closely with like a designer. And so that opened a door to me wanting to then work with more designers, because that was a cool process to see somebody create an article of clothing that's never been seen, never been done before. And then I was the one photographing it. So cool. Absolutely so cool. So that was fun.
The first designer I worked with, he's since passed, but Afa Alu.
Oh my gosh,
I
yes, I know him.
Yeah,
Oh my
so I followed his journey when he was on Project Runway.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he lived in Utah.
Really?
And then-
yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know, coincidences, kind of everything aligned, and he had some gowns that he needed photos of, and reached out to him, and we did a whole set designed around his gown, and fell in love. Nicest man on the planet, and his family was so sweet, but he lived less than 15 minutes away from me, and
Whoa.
so very serendipitous, and I fangirled so hard at the door. I was like, you're incredible. I love what you do. And it was really sad for Utah to lose him and his creative spirit here, because he was a very talented designer. But that was my first designer that I ever worked with. And it kind of gave me the bug of, I want to do more fashion. I want to design shoots around a garment, not the other way around, where you're just like, okay, now I'll just take whatever and throw it into here. I wanted it to be based on a design.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you said based on the garment. I think now, after working with designers, that's kind of how I like approaching shoots. I would rather base it on the cool design than start creatively from anywhere else. The fashion comes first and then we build upon it, which I really love. There's major art in design and fashion, and I just love photographing it, which is really cool. So
I know you mentioned New York Fashion Week.
yeah.
How about, and I know you've shot both. You've done Park City Fashion Week, and now you've also done New York Fashion Week. Can you tell us a little bit about New York, how it worked, the exciting parts, the bad parts, and then I want to hear it in comparison to how we function here in Utah.
Yeah. It's so, okay, it's actually kind of wild. So yeah, I got this New York Fashion Week gig because a friend of mine couldn't go to New York, and this was with Reiki and stuff, and so I said, yeah, I'll totally do it. But guess what? It wasn't paid for. This was all collaborative, and that's okay. I have always wanted to shoot New York Fashion Week, and I didn't know what to expect, and so I was just like, you know what? I'll take the risk. It's a cool thing to say that I've shot New York Fashion Week, and that was totally fine. So I was happy to do it, but going there and experiencing all of it, would gladly do it again. It was cool. It was so awesome to see all these different designers, and again, it's kind of like a networking thing. I'm talking to the people that are running the runway show. I'm talking to designers. I'm networking. I'm introducing myself, and that got me connected to like shoot that runway show again. Like, I now have connections with people who run that show, and I can message them, and they've messaged me and asked if I wanted to come back and shoot for their whole show. And I was like, yeah, I can't go this year, but like next year, 100%. And so those networking things are worth it to me, because now I'm coming back and doing it again, and they're paying. And so right. So like, it's worth it and stuff to do that one free thing to then get a bigger paying job at the end. But it was insane. Makeup starts super early in the day, and like usually the designers want you to get behind the scenes stuff, and that's really cool. And then you want to get shots of the designers walking in the street so they can use it for social media, and that's really cool. You're shooting all day, and it's really fun. And then you're just kind of in the hullabaloo of it all. And then the show starts, and you see all these amazing, it's a runway show. You see all this stuff, and you're just taking photos. It's really fun. Like, nothing too crazy about it, but like, it was a really cool experience. And like, technically you can call yourself that you've walked New York Fashion Week, or that you've had a design in New York Fashion Week if you throw a show during New York Fashion Week. There's legit shows and productions, and then there's like not legit shows and productions. People just say, oh, I've photographed New York Fashion Week, when it's just somebody posing on the street, So people say that all the time. And so you want to make sure you're working with actual reputable people. Thank goodness mine was. And so I was like, oh, but that happens. And so you kind of have to keep a lookout for that, and make sure that you're part of something that's legit. But yeah, it was really amazing and really cool. And compared to Park City Fashion Week, it was great. I love Park City Fashion Week. That's my favorite show to do, more than New York Fashion Week.
Interesting.
Kudos to Kim, who does Park City Fashion Week, because it's ran very well. And she is stupid talented, like absolutely insane. So it's a really well done production, and I will always do Park City Fashion Week. It's so much fun. It's a great time. But yeah.
What's your favorite moment in Park City Fashion Week? What makes you keep wanting to come back?
Oh man, it's really fun because it's local, and I get to see a lot of my friends walk. Lot of my friends, and that's so huge. And again, it's just really positive. Like the crew that runs Park City Fashion Week, they're always checking on the photographers, asking if we need anything. It's like we're not getting forgotten or anything, which is huge, and they appreciate the work that photographers do. And so that's really awesome. You just feel welcomed, and you feel appreciated. And then yeah, it's just cool to see kind of local designs too. Like a lot of people from Park City are there on the runway, and it's like, you know, I'm born and raised from Utah, so it's kind of cool to see that kind of vibe. So, but yeah, it's, the designs are great, the people are great, the other photographers are great. Like it's just a really great community. So I'll always go back. It's super cool.
Out of curiosity, at New York Fashion Week, I'm going to call it the pit because I don't know what else to call it.
Yes.
But when you are shooting, how many photographers are there?
Oh my gosh, it's insane. God, the pit had, I'm like trying to think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like at least 15.
The number for me.
Yeah, like it was insane. And I wasn't even like fully in the pit because I was backstage for too long, so I didn't get a spot. A lot of the times when you're shooting New York Fashion Week, you want to get to the pit hours ahead. And I didn't because I had other things to shoot. So I was off to the side. And there were, again, maybe 8 other photographers on one side, maybe 8 other photographers on the other side, 15 to 20 in the pit, and then others just wandering around. It's insane.
That sounds huge.
It's crazy. Well, it's kind of cutthroat. People want that glory. 100%. 100%. And you know, any angle is kind of cool. You can always get a different, unique angle and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of photographers. You're almost like, why are this many photographers? It's kind of insane.
And what about Park City?
Park City, the group chat was 22, 23 photographers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot, too. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was going to be like a smaller, more selective number because it is a smaller.
Park City's smaller.
Yeah. Park City's. It's not New York numbers.
Yeah, no, seriously. Well, I'm trying to think. I don't feel like 23 showed up to the show. This year was so crazy. I don't know if you heard, like.
They had to reschedule.
I
saw that. Yes.
It was so insane. And so I think other photographers couldn't show up anymore because they weren't available that day. But, yeah, I would say like 15 to 20 were there.
Looked really good.
Yeah. No, it was awesome.
Interesting. I've seen people behind it. I know Blood and Blush works it a lot.
Yes.
And they are phenomenal.
The best.
One of the best teams for hair, makeup, everything like that. Love them.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to go. It's never aligned with my schedule. I've always had like a shoot that day.
Oh my gosh, no, go. It's so fun.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
It's such a cool experience. Like and then like, again, really great networking because now I know all of these designers and they love, like, there's, oh my gosh, one designer here. Her name's Hannah Gordon. Yeah. Coolest stuff ever. She's got this funky, edgy kind of bad A editorial style. And I would have never known who these people are unless I go and stuff. And now I'm like messaging her and we're working on doing shoots together, you know, like, and that kind of connection is just so huge and it gets you other stuff.
I feel like the network in editorial is so vast and it really is who you know. And it's very in person. You have to meet them because they're probably getting bombarded in their DMs.
Yeah.
And so it's meeting them and getting your personality out there. Yeah. That's what makes sure you vibe and you can work together to sell their product, which is a phenomenal asset to have. But even more so than the wedding industry, which I also think it is also very imperative, Shannon, to network and get out there. But I think the branches extend way further with editorial, as it's hard to jump states with weddings.
Yeah, and I'm sure the editorial is just the same as just who you know, really, like you said. You just have to talk to people and network yourself.
It is kind of interesting, like, me going into photography, I would have thought, like, hey, my work need is what's going to get me jobs. Like, my talent is the main thing. Which, don't get me wrong, you should have really good portfolio and you should have really good work, but I really believe that the jobs that I get are because of the networking. And I'm proud of the work that I do, but it's almost like it doesn't matter if you don't meet people and they don't see your work. If people aren't seeing your work, then you're not getting booked. And people aren't just, you'd like to think that people are just Googling editorial photographer and then like you hope you're the first one popped up, you know, right? But like, and I'm sure people do. I've gotten a lot of gigs because people have searched on Instagram Utah photographer, and I always use that as a hashtag Utah and people have found me from that, and so that's huge. But like, it really is like meeting the people in person. It's talking to them. It's putting a face to the name, and then they get to know your personality, and then they will always go back.
Especially in like the Utah market, you have to stand out to be able to book anything here.
My gosh, yes, it. I know people always say it's so saturated. And it is. There is a lot of photographers, but like, and I truly believe like there's only one you, and you have your own skill set and your own art to bring, and people should hire you for that. And so people should become photographers. I just don't want people to not become a photographer because it's too saturated. You know, there's room for everyone, but it is kind of cutthroat. I try to message around 2 or 3 brands a week, just to get more, right? Like just to put out my feelers and stuff like that. I'm not joking. I would say like 70% of the time they tell me they have an in-house photographer. Yeah. Like they already have someone and here based in Utah. So it's hard. Everyone knows a photographer.
I think one of the mantras I have is you have to be okay with failing to be able to succeed. Like you're going to get told no left, right, and center, but it takes one person to say yes to skyrocket.
100%. Absolutely. That's so true. I think at the very beginning I was really scared to message people because I was like, well, I don't want them to say no. I don't want to feel that rejection.
It's hard.
Oh, it's so hard.
But I think you grow a thick skin because of it, because you have to.
Yeah.
It's the only option.
100%. And then it just gets easier. You're sending more emails. I even come back to people that have said no too. I'll be like, hey, I'm still interested. And then they'd be like, I've gotten an email once being like, oh yeah, we no longer have that photographer. Like, we'd love to work with you. And that's great. And so like, it's almost like it's not rejection. It's just like a pause on something you want. Yeah. Like you can always come back and never give up kind of thing.
So I know you mentioned messaging. What other kind of marketing do you do to get editorial gigs?
Yeah. Let's see. I message a lot of people. That's like my main thing. I'm not like, it's emails. It's
emails, DMs. Where are you going?
Yes, emails if I can find them. Sometimes I can't find an email, which is rough. But I'll do a lot of DMs. DMs work more than I think they would. I think it matters how you phrase it, and also I think you have to attach a portfolio. Don't just say
link. Yep.
Yeah. Don't just say, hey, check out my page. Like, it's like, here are some photos.
Be professional about it.
Yeah.
You have to have
Do you get more leads from like TikTok versus Instagram, Facebook, or
Instagram? Totally. I wish I was that cool on TikTok, but TikTok scares me. But it's pretty much my whole business is based off of like Instagram mainly, and
that's the same for me. TikTok has got little traction.
Yeah. I do not.
People don't like me on TikTok.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm deep into my 30s, but TikTok never really resonated. I try,
but yeah, no. TikTok's a whole other game. Like that, you almost have to do a little more funny, brain rotty stuff to.
You have to dance.
TikTokers do the dance.
You don't want to see that.
That's insane. Oh my gosh. No, exactly. But yeah, I do. Yeah, emails, messaging, and then I think the ones that like successfully get booked are people I meet at events. So I do. Oh yeah, I'm a lead photographer for a local magazine that's launching this year, and I got that because I met somebody at an event.
Huge.
It is. It feels really uncomfortable to say it's huge because I don't like the attention, but like it's but it is really, really cool. I'm a lead photographer for a magazine that's nationwide. Like it's a magazine.
Incredible.
Is it like bridal or editorial or?
It's like an advertising book. People collect it. It's called the Scout Guide. Look into it. It's really cool.
I know what the Scout Guide is. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the Scout Guide Park City, and they're launching the Scout Guide Salt Lake City this year in May. And so I got chosen to be a photographer for that because I met somebody at an event who I became really good friends with. And so she always came back to take photos with me, and then she recommended the editor to me. And that's how I got that gig. And now like I have a jet guy now because I met somebody through.
Isn't that the best?
I was messaging you about that. Oh my gosh, I forgot. But yeah, so like the things that the people I've met through that alone, they come back and work with me. So now I'm working with hair extension places. I'm working with private jet companies. I'm working with like clubs that are in downtown Salt Lake. Like all these people know me now and will hire me for jobs and have hired me for jobs in the future. And so, yeah, face-to-face meeting people, showing your personality is the biggest thing. If I could preach it till the day I die, it'll be that.
And magazines are cool. I got in with Utah Locals or Cottonwood Heights Living.
Yeah.
I've shot for them. They got me the gig shooting the hot air balloon.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, absolutely, yes, I'm here. Come on, let's go. And crazy. Having that connection's been really good. And so I think there's different ways to get gigs outside. We all love the high fashion.
Yes.
But we understand that like those jobs are few and far between.
Yeah.
And so you have other gigs that are still fulfilling
100%.
and you can still use your style. But you just have to get a little more creative thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I will always... I don't know about you guys, but I consider myself a very fast shooter. I prep beforehand and I know what the vision is. And so I go in and I get that shot. And then I have time left over and that's when I get crazy. And that's when I get creative. And usually brands and stuff like that. They know that their vision got caught and then they kind of let their photographer be a little more creative. And then they end up using those creative shots, which is really cool. But like, that's... So you can do both. You can get the very classic, the very kind of commercial, the shot that maybe you necessarily don't love shooting, but the brand needs and stuff like that. You can do it in both. Like you can get that and then also find a way to get kind of funky with it too, which is really fun.
And sometimes it surprises you what shots they like. And you're like, oh, I'm so glad it resonated.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the best feeling when they're like, oh, I'm glad how that turned out. And they were like, questioning it and they're like, are you sure? I'm like, trust the process, please. It's worth
Also,
it.
the ones that aren't planned are always some of my favorite.
Oh yeah, 100%, absolutely.
Oh, I love that. What advice would you have for anybody in Utah wanting to dabble, or what advice would you give Shannon for getting into the editorial space?
I would, something to do before reaching out to people and networking is like getting a good portfolio. Like, I think people, again, saw that I did a lot of spotlight stuff and that they loved that. They loved that look. And because of that, I got that influencer party and then I got more and more and more example work. And so they ended up seeing that. I will say, another big advice. I know this is kind of tricky and it doesn't work for everybody, but like, I niched down. Like my page, you hardly see any couples on there. It is all portrait. And that I do think helped me. I do think people do still check out your feed when looking into you. And I had a lot of studio, I had a lot of portrait, I had a lot of fashion. And so they knew that I could get the job done. So I don't get a ton of weddings and I would love to get more. That's like a future thing. But like I did niche down on my pages and I think that helped a ton too. But then like the biggest advice that I think is like what you were saying, you can't be afraid to fail. You have to send those messages. You have to talk to people and get those connections so that you can shoot those kinds of opportunities. And not all of them are going to be fun, but they're going to lead to better things. And I think that's like the hugest thing too, is know that this may not be where you want to be, but it could lead you to where you want to be. So that's huge.
Really good advice.
Yeah.
In like every part of photography, not just editorial as well.
Yeah, totally.
What tips do you have for learning how to do editorial posing and direction?
Make people dance. I'm not joking. Models that like are robotic and stand still, it's the movement. It's totally the movement. I'll tell people like, hey, I need you to like be noodly. I need you to pretend like you're like in interpretive dance or something. The more action shots I get, the better.
Agreed.
And it's, yeah, because don't get me wrong, like I will always, we love a good like beauty shot and it's close and it's like sultry and it's looking at the lens and stuff like that. And we can do that all day. That's easy. But like if we want to get funky and if we want to get like cool and different angles and like whenever I use my wide angle lens, I'm like having people like throw your arms in front of the lens, throw them in the air, like lean over, like it's an active thing. I'm like, you didn't think you were gonna work out today, but you're gonna
get your cardio in.
Yeah, 100%. Move.
A phrase that I use a lot is like, anybody can do pretty. I want to get something interesting.
Yes. Oh, that's so fun.
And as like a scroller, that's what I would click onto. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I need to see more.
And a model that can emote is invaluable.
Yes.
I will take somebody who's not afraid to look ugly for a brief second over somebody who just mogs the whole time. I'm like, please change it.
No, I was working with a model and she was like, I'm not afraid to be ugly. And I was like, what do you mean? And then she was like changing up her expression. And then I was like, whoa, you're getting funky. And it's so cool. Like it's interesting. It's different. It's unique. Never been done. Amazing.
But you get so much diversity in your portfolio. Oh my gosh, this gallery is incredible because you have everything from the perfectly beautiful still, and then you have these crazy outlandish, like her hair's whipping in the wind, and you have this facial expression, the eyes, and the dead eyes kill my soul. When a model knows how to emote just through her eyes.
It's huge.
Oh.
It's so good. And then like also just like, yeah. Again, there's just movement. Like if articles of clothing that add movement, it's just so interesting to me because it's never the same and it's always different and stuff. Hey, jump in the air and then you get this different kind of flow, which is so fun. I love playing with fabrics. There's a lot of fabrics that I use. I use a lot of curtains and I use a lot of different kind of like shiny materials and stuff, and it just adds a more interesting thing. So yeah, that stuff is kind of cool, and yeah, models' expressions freaking huge. It's so good.
So huge. Do you, not to call anybody out, but do you have a few go-to models that you'd love to work with?
Yes! Yes! My people. Oh my gosh. Okay, the first one that comes to mind is Sophia Willis, I think her last name is. It's like Sophia Nomenon on Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, now that you say that, I know who it is.
She's insane. She's the best. I will go to her for everything. And here's another thing too, okay? I could talk for hours about trade work. Mm-hmm. That could be a whole episode in and of itself. But I will always come back to Sophia because she puts in the work. We spend hours and days finishing the final image, okay? And we put a lot of time and effort, and that's rough. Sophia brings the vision to life with her styling, with her makeup, with everything. It's not, pardon my French, half-assed. It is, she commits to the bit. And I know if I have something crazy, she will bring it to life. And it's kind of scary to trust that vision with somebody else that maybe looks the part, but doesn't know if they can bring the wardrobe or the makeup to life, right? Because that's not really our jobs. Like, we have a vision and we can say, hey, we want it to look like this, but you kind of have to trust the model or the makeup artist to bring the vision to life. And that's scary, but Sophia will always bring it to life. There is no doubt in my mind, and it will be better than what I ever wanted it to be. So she's my top. And I will say that till the day I die.
Oh, I love that.
Another one is Maisie. Amazing.
Love me. I just shot her yesterday.
I know, I saw it. She's so cool.
Guys, we had a caiman.
For those of you who don't know what that is.
It's like a tiny little alligator.
A very cute one.
Oh,
so cool.
I fell in love with a reptile yesterday, and Maisie, of course, but I've already been in love with her for years.
Yes.
But the caiman stole my heart. But Maisie, I think, is one of the like leaders, pioneers of the editorial industry here in Utah.
100%.
She is consistently showing up with these really outlandish ideas. And she's one of those models that's never afraid to be ugly.
Yes.
She will embrace the weird and wacky. She contorts her body in these like bizarre positions, but she tries.
Oh my gosh.
And then she's the sweetest person on the planet.
so kind.
So sweet. And like, she's kind of quiet and demure. And I'm like, oh, she turns it on for the camera. And then she does this really amazing thing where she educates other models.
Yeah.
She shares her knowledge. And I think she's a phenomenal asset that we have here.
100%. She's so real, so true to herself, and just like insane in the best ways. Like her creativity, I've never seen
Off the charts
in Utah. Like well, she reminds me of that. Oh god, that model Coco Roche.
Yeah, Coco.
Yeah. Insane. Like she's just the way because there's a way of being awkward editorial, contorting your body like that. Sometimes it doesn't work. There are some angles that don't. Maisie doesn't miss a beat. Every angle she does, it makes sense. And I'm just like, all right, what are you doing in Utah? Get this girl to New York.
Well, she went to Coco's modeling camp.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No wonder. She belongs there. She's like
100%. And Maisie, she's a petite model. Like she is, but she models like she's 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
And so it makes a huge difference. I can shoot her all day. And
oh, yeah.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
She's so good. There is really a lot of good talent here in Utah.
I agree.
Which is
you just have to find it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So what are your goals for this year?
Ooh, my biggest goal is to get on a billboard.
Nice.
Hopefully it's in the works. I'm hoping that it's gonna work out. But that's my biggest goal. My biggest dream is to be like on a billboard in New York in Times Square. Like that's if the moment that happens, I'm hanging up the camera. I'm retiring. Like that would be a freaking dream. But yeah, I just like I wanna work with way more brands. I wanna focus on bringing brand stories to life. I think it's fun to do those kinds of studio sessions. Like I said, the production days are so fun to me. So fun. The 8-hour production days.
Oh, intensive, but so worth it.
But I love every minute of it. It's just so cool. I love the collaborativeness of working with a team and bringing a vision to life. So would love to work with more brands. And would really just love to like also find better ways to educate myself. I'm kind of sick of YouTube University. I don't feel like I'm finding the videos that I want in order to teach me things. I really want to learn more about like skin retouching and like beauty edits and stuff like that. I would really love to educate more on like different kinds of editing styles and how to use Lightroom to its best capabilities and stuff. And I need almost somebody to teach me. I'm very like hands-on, one-on-one kind of thing. And so YouTube is kind of hard. I can't really, my attention.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I have to have a coach in. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need you to sit with me and walk me through this together. I need to watch you work,
Yes.
and then I need you to help me figure out the process.
Yes.
And then I'll be locked in it, and it'll be like Steel Vault. But when I learn from YouTube, like I can watch a video 5 times and still have to go back and reference it because I'm just like, crap, what did I learn? Crap, it's gone.
Yep.
I lost it.
Well, and then like if we're talking about like Lightroom and Photoshop, right? Like there's so many steps to one thing. So yeah, we have to go keep watching it, or unless you're doing it every single day, which I'm not.
No.
There's also like 5 ways to do one thing.
Exactly.
Yep.
And there's the hidden back way, like access to these codes. I'm like, who made it this way?
Oh, it's crazy. It's
I need an AI assistant in Photoshop just to walk me through things.
See, I learned on Photoshop. So I went into Lightroom. I'm like, what is this?
Oh yeah.
That's so funny. I took a class in high school and I was like, this is too much. And so then I kind of gave up on photography. And then I got back and it was Lightroom. And then I was like, oh, this is easy.
Once you get the hang of it.
Once you get the hang of it, like easy, but it's easier in my opinion than Photoshop, but it's still very hard.
We're so glad you came on the show
so
with
fun.
us.
Oh my gosh, I had a blast. I feel like I kind of blacked out there for a minute.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's the way we like it.
An hour later.
Nice.
No,
I love
this is
it.
great. I think you were really insightful. You led us into the world of editorials and gave us some insight we didn't really know about.
Cool. I'm
And
glad.
I'm so excited to see what you do this year.
Thanks.
We'll keep
See
our
your billboard.
Yeah, exactly. We'll keep our eyes peeled for your billboard.
You'll be the first to know. I'll message you guys and be like, guys, that happened. Thank you. I'm excited to see what you guys do too. I love this community. I love that you guys are doing this. This is such a cool podcast, and yeah, it was just an honor being here. So thank you.
Okay, now tell the people where to find you.
Yeah, so it's Mad Rob Photography. My name's Maddie Roberts, so Mad Rob Photography everywhere. Instagram, TikTok. I don't have a Twitter. My website is madrobphotography.com. Come check me out. It's kind of fun. I would love to see you, and yeah.
We'll have her linked in the bio as well, so you can find her easily. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, Shannon, you tell people where to find you first.
All right, find me at Shannon Farrell Photography on Instagram and Facebook. For TikTok, it's just Shannon Farrell Photo.
And I'm Allie Montemare Photography across all socials. Thanks, y'all, for joining us.
Bye.